You've mentioned that tonight that, first of all, you're dealing in black magic. You mentioned that Aleister Crowley was a Satanist. And I just wondered what your opinion is at this point of ceremonial magic.
Well, it is a very low opinion, because my entire experience has demonstrated to me that ceremonial magic is used to mind control people and is never really used in a genuine way. The people who think they're using it in a genuine way, which are themselves members of some New Age kind of movement, because they have the so-called white magicians, are themselves totally manipulated by the black magicians. So we can say that ceremonial magic shouldn't be practiced because it's no need. You should only have a belief in God. That should be enough for you to get on to your ordinary life. But also, if you want, you can pray and protect yourself with creating chains of prayers with different people from the evil of black magic.
I see. On your website, you have a recent article written by our mutual friend Greg Szymanski about Alex Jones.
Yes.
There's been a lot of rumors about Alex going around through the truth movement, specifically with him being a Jesuit coadjutor. Have you been able to verify this? And if so, what exactly did you uncover about Alex Jones?
Well, my experience with Alex Jones was very brief. I just started my website last year in October of 2006. I was very enthusiastic about the possibility that people like Greg Szymanski and even David Icke gave me by exposing what I had been through, and suddenly I received an email from Alex Jones saying that I shouldn't be trusted because I was Muslim, that Greg Szymanski shouldn't fall for these kind of things, and for somebody who is Muslim, who is definitely not Christian. He gave me the impression of a very Christian fundamentalist kind of bigot, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he obviously, the people who at that time we had a sort of a blog on this squarespace.com website I used to have. So people replied to it and said, Alex Jones, you shouldn't talk like this because you yourself have proved more than once that you are not really that morally so correct person yourself. And we know that in the past he's been used over and over again as a disinfo agent, and he's working for people like Adnan Khashoggi and the GCN network, people that are completely in the Illuminati game and are completely controlling the show. GCN is part of the ABC network or affiliate. Yeah, affiliate.
You're kidding.
Yes?
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Wow. I had no idea about that. Wow. And Khashoggi, Adnan Khashoggi is the guy that owns GCN? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently he owns the whole Genesis family, which is different companies doing different things, all under the name Genesis.
Yeah. Okay.
And he owns also Genesis network, and he's very influential in the choices of this network. But we know exactly what kind of person Adnan Khashoggi is. So, if you have a backer like that, things must be terribly wrong. I just hope that Alex Jones himself doesn't really realize that, but I know that he realizes very well who he's working with. Now he's working with a Knight of Malta like Pat Buchanan next to him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're supporting Pat Buchanan. It's a Knight of Malta, It's the most fundamentalist Catholic in the whole of the U.S. So. How can it's very clear the position of Alex Jones. I don't understand how people can fall for this rubbish,
Well, he seems to be a pretty big fear-mongerer, too. He pushes this fear through his program every day, and a lot of people that I've personally spoken to who used to listen to him, like every day, they had to finally stop simply because they couldn't stand all the fear that they were being conditioned to accept.
Mm-hmm. No, but it's quite interesting, this connection with Adnan Khashoggi also and the Truth Movement that seems to be also repeating because he has also other connections in the Truth Movement. And the connection with John Gray, also the guy who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women, whatever, vaccines, whatever rubbish.
Yeah.
It's all people that are working for the Illuminati. So people who are just making business and working for the Illuminati at the highest levels. I mean, Adnan Khashoggi himself is involved in a club called the Club Safari, which is part of Le Cercle. Le Cercle is a very powerful European Vatican lobby of Illuminati and connected to the intelligence. And we know also that Khashoggi has been directly involved in 9/11 because he has actually even sponsored through one of his companies and given money to Osama bin Laden.
I see.
So basically, the whole 9/11 Truth Movement is in the hands of the people who themselves are, the people who have created the 9/11 tragedy are now taking control of the Truth Movement.
Oh, that's infuriating to hear, to say the least.
So I think that obviously what Greg Szymanski in his article has tried to say is that the position of Alex Jones is a position of a supporter of the New World Order, a supporter that doesn't want to discuss in any way the Vatican or either the Zionist implications in any way. He never really discusses this.
Yeah, in fact, he has said that he didn't want to offend his Christian fundamentalist portion of his audience, and that's why he doesn't talk about those subjects.
Well, but then why you talk at all? Then stay silent rather than if you don't want to expose the New World Order, you shouldn't talk. You shouldn't really,
Yeah, in other words,
something like that.
You have
I think it's very stupid of him to say something like that.
Yeah, well, I heard him say it on his show. So, could you describe for our listeners how the Illuminati controls an entire movement like the 9/11 Truth Movement, and why would they want to control something like that in the first place?
Well, the CIA itself is always trying to activate their programs of mind control through very powerful psyops, psychological operation battalions, and some people might become the unwilling participants of one of their games, or willing participants, because in the case of Alex Jones, he's a man without any scruples. He does anything for money. So he has demonstrated already in the past that he doesn't have much ethics in the work he has been doing, and I can assure you that it's not because he personally attacked me that I'm acting this way. I just want to say that the Truth Movement is in the hands of radios like GCN. We should really understand who is behind UCN, we should understand who is behind